Good morning. Oh my goodness, I should have cleared my throat. Hey Maria, good morning.
Good morning, Nate.
There, I coughed and I muted it and I coughed and I forgot that I have to talk. If you have to talk, you should clear your throat and get ready for that and everything, you know?
Yes. And it's a brilliant Monday morning for it. Absolutely. You and I. Woo-hoo. I'm going to start off with our land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we broadcast from the unceded territory of the Algonquin people. And we wish to thank the Anishinaabe peoples for their stewardship of these lands long before we came. Which.
Thanks, Maria.
Good morning, Nate.
Oh, my, what a morning. What a morning. How's your morning been?
I am stuck at home waiting on CAA. I went out to start my car and it went, and that was about it.
Yes.
So I called CAA. I have that membership and I love it. And this morning they are extra busy. And so it'll be at least an hour and a half before someone comes to see me. So I'm good with that. But that's not going to get me into the show.
Yeah,
so thank you so much for letting me do my portion of it from home.
For all the people who are listening in right now from Australia, from the UK, from Africa, and the future, it is currently minus 20 degrees outside with a wind chill of minus 27 here in Ottawa. It is a beautiful, bright, sunny, frozen, cold day.
It is beautiful. It is absolutely beautiful. Unfortunately, my charger didn't click in this morning. Anyway, enough of that. Moving on, moving forward. I sent you in some music this morning from some folks that I really love, like Robin Banks and Pat Moore. I was hoping we'd have a conversation with her this morning, but I think we'll have to save that for another day. We'll just have to see. But if she does have an opportunity to call in, hey girl, we'd love to hear from her. But other than that,
well, the first
we have
one
some lovely artists.
The first one I have from you is "Take It to Heart."
Yes.
Yes. Is that the one?
Now that song, I'm telling you, sometimes the song just rings such a trueness to it that you say, "Oh, yeah, I lived that. I know that," and that was one of them.
Introduce
That's why I
Pat
sent
Moore
it in.
for people who aren't familiar.
Pat Moore, former DJ with CKCU for many, many years. She coordinated a lot of programs. She also was very adept at filling in for others. She's a performer. She's a singer-songwriter, a troubadour. She is a traveling woman. And I think that she's probably one of the kindest people I ever met. And she's uber smart, too. So when she offered to send in some tunes, I jumped all over that.
Nice.
All over it.
Yeah, so I actually, I made a Google form for people that were doing music at Canadian Spaces. So now anytime that we have a musician that goes to Canadian Spaces and does one of the live shows at, say, Moose McGuire's or Irene's or the Gladstone or the Mayfair, one of the other places that we've done this, I send them a Google form, and it's got that I want to know their stage name, I want to know their social media, but it also has a spot where it says, Nathaniel has a Monday morning show. And if you'd like, here's a place where you can upload tracks, MP3s, FLAC files, WAV files, whatever you got, up to 1 gigabyte. You can upload right here, and Nathaniel will take a look through it and play some of them on his show on Monday.
Oh, awesome.
So now I've got
awesome.
A slowly growing Dropbox a folder full of files that people have uploaded. I've got some from Lazy Lung. I've got some from a few other people. The Beer Train guy. Have you heard of the Beer Train guy?
No, that sounds like an adventure all in itself.
I'm trying to remember his name. I'm blanking right now. But there's a local Ottawa musician who has a song about the beer train that used to be underneath Tunney's pasture in the factory in the fun times back in the before times, I guess.
Well, I posted on my Facebook. If you want to have your music played on the show, send it to me at my regular email. And I had a lot of responses, which is awesome. But I had quite a few people that sent me links to songs I would have to pay for.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have the budget for that. We're volunteers here at CKCU. We don't get paid for our participation, no matter how many hours.
Yes, but the artists get paid by SOCAN, by the Canadian government, when we play their songs. So there's a little bit of incentive there.
Yes, and I think that's awesome, and I do thank the people that took the time to actually send me some links in order that we can play their stuff. And I had one fellow who does rap that asked if we'd be interested in listening to his stuff. And, I had to say something to myself when I saw that. We play everything. Like, we play just about every style of music you can think of on this show.
Yes,
we tend to go more folk than anything else, but we have included blues, soul, R&B, funk, rock,
EDM, like ambient. Like, I have to think about all the list of different artists.
Oh. We play just about everything, and so to include some rap, no, it doesn't sound too far outside of let's try it.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan of conscious rap, or basically rap that talks about issues and situations in life, and like there's a lot of really good rap music out there, I've heard.
And a lot of our focus on this show, for people who aren't aware, is promoting local artists, promoting Canadian artists. 99% of the music that we play on the show are Canadian artists. And that's our kind of musical journey with these artists.
Mm-hmm.
So we have some repeat artists. Rihanna is coming back on. There's another one that's coming back on. She's got another album out that she'd like us to help her share with the world, and I think that's fantastic. We also support live music venues. We do live shows from many venues in town, and we also showcase the arts and theater and events that are going on in the city, and we have a heavy focus on the environment and supporting our planet so we all get to live.
That's an important part of survival, is having a planet that you can breathe and drink and eat on.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I have been ill with a lung infection. I'm so glad that I'm back out of that.
You sound so much better today.
I am.
Oh, wow.
I am better, but I went to Nutrichem. They do preparations as well as homeopathy, and got myself some medication that way. I'd already tried the inhalers from the emergency department at the hospital, and I'm telling you, I really found the homeopathic really worked for me, for my system. And the Nutrichem down on Carling, they have a lovely lady there who's really in tune with things, asks you a million questions, takes her time, and really delves into what's going on with your health. And I really appreciated that. I just wanted to give a big shout out to them, because this is not the first time that I've had to use Nutrichem and homeopathy in order to get myself going. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I can imagine. I personally haven't been getting health care for a while until I realized there's a brand new doctor's clinic that opened right down the street from me not too far,
Mm.
and I'm trying to go there on Google just to get the exact address and find it, and I'm realizing this doctor's office isn't on Google Maps. Like, maybe if I search for it,
Ooh.
I can find
There are
it.
so many people that need doctors right now, too.
Yeah, it's right on the corner of Saint Laurent and Conroy in that new business office complex. If you look at it on Street View,
Oh.
you can see that there's a new building there at the Ottawa Business Park, but you can't really see what's in that building. There's a walk-in clinic with online ordering. So I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago I had really a painful ear infection.
Yeah.
It's been some years since I've had an ear infection, but it was getting to the point where I was getting worried. I'm like, okay, I need some antibiotics. I need to get this looked at. And I was dreading trying to figure that out. Where am I going to go to the hospital? I'm going to find an apple tree. I'm going to find some walk-in clinic somewhere that's open. So I started Googling around, and the first one I found was not too far from me, and I looked it up, and all of the reviews are 6 months old or less, and they're all 5 stars. And I don't know if you've ever looked at healthcare in Canada, but especially in the Ottawa region, we like to complain. We love to complain. There are no doctor's clinics in Canada with a 5-star rating with no negative reviews. That doesn't happen.
If you're worried about your doctor, then there is something called Rate My MD.
Yes, but if you think about it, if all of the reviews are 5-star, they've got to be fake. Some of them have to be fake. So then I look it up.
I'm watching you live.
I Googled it.
I am watching you live on your YouTube channel.
It's a bit of a delay, eh? Just a little bit.
A wee bit of a delay. Yeah, I'm not going to focus on your lips because that's going to throw me off.
Oh yeah, that'll definitely
But there
confuse
you are.
That'll definitely confuse you. That's my new camera lens.
So that's awesome.
Yeah, if you were here, you could even see you as well over at the guest side. You can even see the CKCU logo
Yeah,
in there and
that's
everything.
me. Yeah, we should have this little animated creature that we use when I'm not in. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Just
I do.
this little stick person with lots and lots of curly hair.
That'd be funny. That'd be funny. So, about that doctor's office. So, I'm not going to name any names because I'm on the radio and we're in public here. But,
Yep.
so this office, I Googled it since there's only good ratings. I Googled the office and I found a bunch of other ratings. Turns out the office had changed its business name recently, and it changed ownership, or it hadn't changed ownership. Something had happened recently where it changed the name that's operating under, and there's a new place on Google Maps now. But the old place, if you search on Google, you can find all the old reviews, and they are paragraphs long, all talking about this doctor that apparently isn't even a doctor. You look him up on the Ontario College of Nurses and Physicians, you look him up there, there's no record of him anywhere. You can't find him by name, you can't find any information about this guy who has a clinic that operates a walk-in clinic. Like nothing.
Fakey, doctor?
So that's the first place that I found looking for a walk-in clinic to take care of my ear infection, and I can say I was feeling pretty...
Tell us what happened with the ear infection.
Well, I was feeling pretty down about the healthcare system. Like, all I can find is this possibly scam doctor, not really doctor, what, I don't know. Then I start looking around, I look on Reddit, and I found out that there's this new doctor's office right down the street, opened up in April, and you go to their website, you type in the information, you select one of 3 doctors, you click on a calendar for the available times, and the next available time was an hour and a half after the time that I was sitting there booking it. So I'm sitting there at 1 in the afternoon thinking, I've got to go to the doctor, I've got to get my ear taken care of, and I've got an appointment for 2:50.
That's amazing.
So I leisurely walk out, take the bus for a minute and a half because I didn't feel like walking 2 kilometers. And I get to the doctor's office, I sign in, and I'm there, and about 20 minutes early, they call me and say, "Hey, we're ready for you now if you want to go in." So I go
Unheard
in
of.
20 minutes early. I get my ear looked at. He gives me a prescription right away. He faxes it to the pharmacy near my house. And I was home with my prescription filled and everything, like, within an hour.
That's awesome. Wow. People's expectations are going to be high now.
Well, I seem to. That's the ding. You got to book online. You get your appointment set up ahead of time, and they've booked out that time for you, and you won't feel like you're waiting anywhere near as long.
Well, my experience at the Civic Hospital when I went in with this lung infection is that they have they triage you right away. They sent me for chest X-ray immediately, COVID test immediately, no COVID, no pneumonia, whoop, whoop. And they have another department that they've opened up, another section of 10 beds that are off the emergency room. Like it's just a room offside of the emergency room. So you're not going through the whole rigmarole of the big room, the big areas, the you know. And I was out of there in 3 hours. And that's unheard of, to go to the hospital, emerge, and be back out the door within 3 hours with my prescription in hand. A very wonderful, capable doctor. I can't tell you his name right now, but he was absolutely, all the staff were absolutely awesome. I was really impressed with how fast they turn people in, out. I mean, yes, I waited for 3 hours to get into that area, but I was back out the door 20 minutes later. Unheard of.
Wow, that's
so
great.
Hats off to the Civic for that.
Yeah,
for realizing that us lung people can be just dealt with, you know, instead of going through all the rigmarole. Mind you, not being able to breathe makes you kind of a priority, I have to say. When you're walking in and your chest sounds like Chewbacca lives in there.
Another thing that I discovered personally from experience, another thing that will make the doctors at the hospital take you seriously and give you priority is if you pass out in the waiting room after giving blood for tests and are what they call incontinent of urine.
Ah! Okay. Yes, that sounds rather severe. We better stop this medical talk or we're going to lose half our audience. Let's throw a tune at them.
Yes, we've been chatting here for almost 20 minutes straight here. But we got Pat Moore queued up here. Take it
yes,
hard.
Please.
And then we'll come back and chat some more and figure out what other songs you want to play, okay?
But no more medical.
No more medical. Yeah, I forget. Some people, they aren't so cool with that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
for y'all.
Sorry,
Isn't she awesome?
I missed.
She is local.
I didn't fade you up soon enough. People missed the beginning of that.
Okay, Pat. That was Pat Moore, ladies and gentlemen. She's a local artist. She's out there promoting some new material. As a matter of fact, I think she may be on Special Blend coming up as well.
Nice.
She's absolutely awesome. There's another song that I chose for it. It's Love of Humanity, called Queen of Chinatown by Carl Schultz. And although there's not an album that goes along with this, if you go on YouTube, can we share the link to YouTube for the Queen of Chinatown, Nate?
Yeah, I'll put it in the playlist page.
Okay, good. Because I'd like people to see the video that goes along with this. It's great.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's Ottawa, ladies and gentlemen. It's Ottawa. And after that, Halcyon Phase, AI World. And this is a studio album. Oh, gosh. Frank Smith is vocals, but...
I've got it on my screen
Phil
here.
Bova.
Yeah.
Phil Bova and Phil Bova Jr., Bova Sound in Ottawa, recorded this. They did, whose album did they do that I really loved as well? They've done a couple that I really appreciated their attention to detail. It really takes a lot. You don't just become a sound man recording people's albums.
Yeah,
you really need to have a lot of knowledge, especially nowadays with everything that's come up new. But also you have to have that musical ability. And Phil Bova Jr. is a fantastic drummer. Phil Bova Sr. is a bass player. I've worked with both of them over the years in my band, and they're just absolute gems to work with. But they also produce amazing material. You want your material done right? There's a few people that I can suggest. Michael Thibault, that's another one. Dramatic music, dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to get the name wrong.
well, speaking of.
Yes.
Speaking of music and soundmen and all of that, I have a new fader here at the station. You've seen this big board that I have of all the knobs and things. I got a new one. I got another knob. So my dad actually sent me up a gift for Christmas. And we don't do Christmas stuff that much. This religious reasons and stuff like that. But he sends a thing here and there. And he found this mixer at the local Salvation Army. It's a Pyle USA, this basic sound card mixer, but it's got it's not this like super amazing, super like expensive professional thing. It's a basic thing with a little battery built in. It's perfect for what I'm doing, what I needed it for, which is to run the sound from the board into my camera for the live stream. So I can just reach over and push down the fader when I put the music on, so I don't have to worry about copyright issues so I can live stream on YouTube and
nice.
Chat on the radio all at the same time and use the mic from the studio instead of using...
Cheers, Dad. Good one. Good one, Dad.
Yes.
That's awesome.
We've had our differences throughout life, but he's a good person at heart, and that's one thing I really care about. I really appreciate about him is that he is really kind-hearted, a kind-hearted person.
That's awesome. All right, here we go. Queen of Chinatown by Carl Schultz is our next song on the up.
That's a really cool video. If you are from Ottawa, you'll recognize all of the shots in it, and he got them there as he's singing. That's a pretty cool song. I've seen
It
him
is.
around, but I don't think I've seen any music videos by him before. And I'll put the link
No.
on the
Yeah, put the
CKCU
link for
page.
sure because it's really well done. What he's done with the or what his graphic people have done, it really makes it fun and interesting. And gosh, I love that when that happens.
So now,
Now the next one.
tell me about
Sorry?
this band because I've heard of them before. I can't remember where. I think I might have one of their
Yes,
CDs actually.
These are folks that for I would have to say over 20 years of my life, I've hosted jams at the Rainbow and Irene's and out of town, like everywhere. And the reason that I hosted jams was because of how much fun it is to share a stage with other musicians, hear other musicians' stuff without having to actually sit through a whole night of one musician. That's fun to me, and to bring musicians together. And everyone's got a story. Everyone has a truth. Everyone has something that they bring that's unique from their soul when they write their own stuff, when they perform their own stuff. It's like our friend Yaver, Yaver Krusik, another singer-songwriter, a troubadour kind of guy that is very prolific in writing, and he is sharing his whole life experience just as they all do, and it's worth it. It's always worth it. And this is another gentleman that I met along the road. And when I posted that I wanted some songs for the show, I was really glad to get one.
Oh, I accidentally started playing it.
Okay.
You said when you asked
we're going to play AI.
AI World. This was released
Yeah,
4
AI
months
World,
ago.
which is totally different from the last song, and definitely gives you a flavor.
Also still recorded at Victor Bova Sound.
That's the one. And we are on CKCU 93.1 FM on your dial.
Hey, I'm in That was really good. I really enjoyed that.
Nice.
And that's another one that has a really good video. It's well done.
Oh,
Somebody named
I did not check out the video. Good point. Good point.
Robin
Good point.
Youlton, Youlton, Robin Youlton.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, that was a great video. I appreciated that. Just check them out on YouTube. That's Halcyon Phase, HALCYON, Phase, PHASE, or check out ckcufm.com. Click on Programs, click on Monday Special Blend, and then click on the most recent playlist to see a link to the direct link to the video.
Nice. Nice.
All right. So I was just telling you during the song about this comedian that I've been watching lately he's a little bit up and coming right now in the global scene, but he's been working for some time now. He's a correspondent on The Daily Show. His name is Josh Johnson. And you know how a lot of really good comedians will get a few hours worth of material, and then they go on tour and perform that material, right? That's a normal thing that comedians do. Josh goes on tour and ad-libs his, it seems like he's making up an entire new show every time he does a show, because it's all about current events, interesting things happening, crazy things happening, and he'll talk for a good 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes and do a whole show just like off the cuff.
Oh.
So he's got, instead of hours, he's got tens of hours of video of him doing full-length shows up on his YouTube page. With
Smart dude.
Yeah, it's just the amount of material he puts out is something that normally would take an entire team of writers.
Nice.
So I highly recommend it. He's a younger guy, and he's very on the pulse of things that happens, because, you know, Daily Show, it's a news comedy show.
Of course.
And he's one of the correspondents.
Love the Daily Show.
So we'll turn now to Josh Johnson with da-da-da-da-da, and it'll be two talking heads going over things, and it's a comedy show, you know?
That's awesome.
So much fun.
Yes, we need more things to laugh about. No doubt about it.
I believe he's coming to Ottawa
artist,
sometime this year, but we'll see. Yeah, the next artist?
We'll see. We're going to play Robin Banks. And for anybody that's a member of the Musicians Union, Local 180, you know Robin Banks because she's been an admin with the union for quite a long time. But she's also a fabulous performer. Her daughter's also a great performer as well. And I was so glad to get a song from her because her and I don't cross paths all the time. She has a bunch of albums, not just one. And this is from her album called Modern Classic. And I hope that it's as well received as she's just a wonderful, wonderful lady.
All right, well, let's listen to this. I will send you a link to my Google form so that in the future we'll have a link that you can send to people. So they'll fill out all the info. They'll give us album art. They'll give us anything that they want to promote themselves, like websites, Facebooks, all that stuff. It's got a place to put it. Nothing's mandatory, but it makes it so much easier because it puts it all into a spreadsheet and a folder with everything sorted. It's all, it's easy for everybody.
I love that. Thanks, Nate.
All right, let's play this.
I love having you as my radio partner, man. You are so cool, and you are so on it. Thanks,
I got the tech skills. I got all the shortcuts for that, and you got the music and the contacts and the experience. It's a great pair.
It is awesome, bro.
All right, let's play that song, and we'll come back to chat right before the top of the hour.
On CKCU 93.1. Now, doesn't that give you a nice, warm, fuzzy feeling right there, eh?
Summertime.
Ba, 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 ba.
If you come into the office here to the studio, you'll feel like you're in summertime because it's so hot in here.
Ah.
It's minus 20 degrees outside right now, minus 27 with the wind chill. But if you come into the CKCU office, it'll be summertime. It's just,
Hey, you know what? CKCU is starting off a brand new year looking for volunteers to do stuff, looking for people who'd like to do their own show, looking for people who'd like to learn how to operate gear and do tech. And we're doing a lot more live shows and shows at venues around the community. And we'd love to have folks that would like to come on board, even if you're a person that doesn't feel comfortable on the radio, but would be happy to do editing. And students at Carleton who are studying media arts may jump in on this. You never know. But it'd be awesome to have more student bodies in the studio. I'm 67 years old. I love Carleton. And every time I go out into the world, I find new people who are also graduates of Carleton who love Carleton. Carleton is community. And that's what CKCU is, community. We're community radio. We're about the university, and we're also about the community that surrounds it and supporting both.
so true.
So we'd love to have more students come on board, even if you just want to come in and just sit in on a show. Email me, maria@mariahawkins.ca. If you have a complaint about something we played on the air or something we said, maybe we talked a little too medical today.
Don't remind them. Don't remind them about that.
Maria@mariahawkins.ca. Any complaints, you can send them directly to me because I take full responsibility for anything and everything that I do. And I feel bad that I don't have a lot of background information on this next artist because she's out of Toronto. She approached me, of course, through Facebook when I put that post about looking for music to play. And so I'm going to encourage people to go find her and look her up. Sarah, SoCal. It's not SoCan, SoCal. We don't get confused there. But I love the song.
All right, let's play that now, and we'll come back right at the end there and say goodbye.
Sounds good.
Wow, that was a great song. I enjoyed that a lot.
Wasn't she lovely? What a
yeah.
nice treat.
Oh, yeah, that's really great.
What a show we've had today, Nate. We planned on being in the studio together, and we ended up on the phone. But I got to say, you really know how to make this show work. Thank you, my friend.
It wouldn't be the same without you. Well, there were some great songs that you picked there. I did put a link to the forum on the playlist page, so if you want to send us some songs, anything like that, I'm going to add that to our regular page on the CKCU site, just so that if you ever click on Monday Blend, you'll be able to just click on it right there. But we got a lot of stuff coming up this week.
We would not be the same without all of you listening in.
So true.
Wherever you are, thank you. And you can listen back on demand. Please share us with other people. Please encourage other people to listen to our show. There's fabulous shows. Christophe's show tomorrow is going to be a real great one. Jeff LaRock has got things going on Thursday. We've got a fantastic lineup of blues shows on this channel. CKCU has got it all for every listener.
All right. Well, that's the end of our show. We've got 30 seconds left. I want to thank you for being here, and I just want to remind people to go to the events calendar on the CKCU-FM website to see all the amazing things. We've got everything from Comic-Con to Lynn Hansen to Debaser. So many things happening just this week. People say nothing happens in Ottawa. That's not true. Go to ckcufm.com/events to see all of the cool stuff happening in this city. Thank you for being here, Maria. I appreciate you.
Love you guys.
Thank you so much for everyone being here on the radio with us and online, and we'll be back again the same time next week.
We love you.